their test now. The first rider for Hungary, Rebecca Kiss and Leopold. So we have a score for you, 68.088 from E, 66.618 from H, 68.235 from C, 66.176 from M, and 69.412 from B. A total score there of 67.706% into third place at the moment. So already the next horse and rider into the arena, and this time it is the turn of Spain. It is Giovanni Torrens-Benz and Euroboy. He's 21 years old, his second European Championships, competed last year in the young rider class, 38th individually. Euroboy is 14 years old, same horse he competed last year, ranked 146th. Last time out, they scored 65.588 for 7th place in this team test. So into the arena now. For Spain, Giovanni Torrens-Benz and Euroboy. Some nice steps in the medium trot. Again, I do apologise for the glitches. We are doing our best to sort this out for you. Welcome back. I apologise for the glitches there. But we are in the middle of Anna Middleburg and Bligfang HC's test. They're representing Germany. She's 21 years old, a multi-medalist. Ridden this horse at Europeans since 2019. Last time out scored 70.833 for fourth in the team test. That was in Hagen. Doing a good job so far, trending on 71.722. Really lovely activity in the canter. Nice and supple through the half passes. Good preparation here for the canter pirouette. This horse has such a great ability to really sit, take the weight through the hind leg there in those canter pirouettes. A little bit early in the change. Again, a little bit early in those changes at sea. Just needs to watch the straightness in some of those changes. You can see the quarter swinging a little bit to the left. Plenty of air time in the changes though, lots of expression. Personal best is 71.941. Again, quarters just slightly left there in that line of changes. Mistakes creeping in the threes. A good clear difference shown in the extended canter. There we have it for Anna Middleburg and Bligfang
Anna Middleburg and Bligfang HC.
They are the first representative for Germany. Germany fielding such a strong team as ever in this young rider competition. Just a few mistakes creeping in at the end of their test there. A real shame. Still looking for a top placing at the moment. The score to beat at the moment is Rowena Wegelgar and Don Quico, 71.676 there for the Netherlands. And here we have a 71.618 at E, 70.294 H, 70.147 at C, 71.029 at M, and 69.265 at B. A total score of 70.471%.
For Anna Middleburg and Bligfang MC going to the second place.
So just one more to go before we head into a break. I know it feels like we've only just got going with that technical glitch,
before the first break in this competition.
It is a rider for Belgium coming in next.
We're getting to team number 9. It's Belgium.
Next in, it is Atheline van Rooij.
9 of totally
21 years old.
13
Her
teams
second
in the
European
young riders, and here
Championships.
she comes with Fru Grand C, the Dutch mare by Sir Donegal and Vincent.
Last year she
Atheline
competed
van
in young
Rooij,
riders, was
Belgium.
41st individually. Riding for Grana C, ranked 31. See the Belgian team there at the kiss and cry. Last time out was in Hagen. They scored 67.500% for 10th place in the team, 68.677 for 9th place individually, and 68.017 for 13th place in the freestyle. So into the arena now, our first representative for Belgium, Atheline Van Rooij, and for Ghana, C. You can see there's best score 68.530. Very striking horse. 13-year-old chestnut mare by Sir Donahall, owned and ridden by Atheline. She's got a lovely lift in this trot. Just lost a little bit of the balance there as she came into that 8-metre circle. Great activity, well maintained through that line of movements. Tracking up beautifully in the extended trot. She looks like a really lovely, willing mare. Good positioning in the shoulder in. I think sometimes this mare has such presence and such enthusiasm. The movements don't often flow from one to the next quite as well. Just needs to watch the rhythm here in the walk. Good in the walk pirouette. Little bit of fiddling in the contact, and that's what we saw a little bit in the trot when I say about the consistency from one movement to the next. You want to see them flow from one to the other, and you could see as she came out of the shoulder in that it just, I don't know, it just had a little bit of a moment where she just lost the balance slightly and it didn't quite flow from one to the other. Lovely there in the extended walk, 7s across the board from the judges. Now into the canter pirouettes. Good preparation there. A little bit climbing through the canter pirouette. Good change there at C. Still in personal best territory. Yeah, again, she just needs to be able to take that weight through the hind leg more in those canter pirouettes. The whole canter just looking a little bit flat and a little bit almost on the forehand. Mistakes here in the 4s. Sorry, that was my mistake actually. I miscounted there. The changes themselves looking pretty nice. Just again, I'd like to see a little bit more airtime, a little bit more uphill tendency in those for the higher marks. Still seeing 7s and a 6.5. But she's just fallen down under those 70% in the canter. This horse definitely excels in the trot work. A real highlight and really lovely to watch. Just fallen down a little bit in the canter. And unfortunately not quite a square halt there to finish with.
Dankjewel, Talien van Rooij and Fougrander C. Thank you.
So the first representative of Belgium has just come forward. Just waiting for her score to be confirmed. It's looking like it's going to be another personal best. Already seen a few of those for this morning. And we have a confirmed score. It is 69.708 at E, 68.971 from H, 67.647 from C, 68.824 from M, and 68.529 from B. A personal best score there of 68.735% and into fourth place. So that's it for part one of this Young Riders team test.
Now we're going to
have a short break of just 10 minutes. The next horse will be in at 9:26, and it is the representative of Switzerland, Naomi Zindel. So make sure you join us back in a few moments' time for the second part of this competition.
We go into the break with a ranking like that. It's Rowena Winkler on the first place now with a total score of 71.676. Followed up by Anna Middleburg from Germany, Lily Lawton, Great Britain, and the rider we have seen last, Adeline van Rooij from Belgium on the fourth place. Fifth place taken by Anna-Katharina Jan from Austria. By now we go into the break.
We can see the order so far. Rowena Vogelgar and Dawn Fricot
continue
in the lead. 71.676 second, Anna Middleburg, and Blackfang FHC in second, 70.471, and Lily Lawton and Skofborgs Romandov in third, 69.412. They're the scores to beat.
Continuing the Young Riders team competition.
So part 2 of this Young Riders team. Part 1 for the European Championships. It is the first rider for the Swiss team. It is Naomi Zindel. She's 21 years old. It's her 4th European Championships. Competed as a junior in 2019 and 2020. And as a young rider last year. Ranked 98th. She rides first and hit the second. He's 13 years old. Last time out, they scored 67% for 6th place in the team test. That was at Lugano. It's horsed by First Romancier. A little reminder of the judges: Oliver Smeets from Belgium at E, Vincenzo Truppa at H, Elke Egbert at C, Eva Maria Vind-Wilmington at M, and Gabriela Varenova at B. So into the arena now. Naomi Zindel and First and Hit 2. They're representing Switzerland. A really lovely, harmonious picture so far. Could just be a little bit more supple through the body there in the trot, shoulder in. And again, there in the half pass, you just want to see more bend through the body, a little bit more ground cover for those higher marks. Nice difference shown in the extended trot. Good positioning in the shoulder in. Pretty nice balance through this line. Just use a little bit more freedom of the shoulder here in the walk. Steps a little bit wide at the end in the walk pirouette. Yeah, just about tracking up in the extended walk. Just having to be a little bit careful of the walk rhythm. Quarters just coming in slightly in the transition up into canter. And the same as in the trot half pass, just want to see a little bit more bend through the body, a little bit more suppleness in these half passes. Scoring 6.57. Nice into the canter pirouette. She's doing a really good job actually, because this horse isn't naturally built uphill, and these movements can be quite difficult for a horse that finds it a little bit more difficult to really sit. And so I was a little bit concerned about those canter pirouettes, but actually she did a really good job, scoring 6.5 and 7 for the canter pirouette left, and then 6s and 6.5s for the canter pirouette right. And again, good in the flying changes there, in the 4s. For the higher marks, again, the judges would just like to see the horse coming a little bit more uphill. But they're nice and correct. Showing a good clear difference in the extended canter. And coming into their final halt now, Naomi Zindel and First and Hit the second.
Naomi Zindel and First and Hit.
Looking like it might be a combination best. Would it be enough to get them into the top 5? We just wait for the scores to be confirmed before we bring them to you. I can tell you it is a combination best. 67.794. It is 68.088 from E, 68.235 from H, 69.118 at C, 66.176 at M, and 67.353 at B.
It's a total
that puts her into 6th place there. Naomi Zindel and First and Hit 2.
First Swiss participants.
So 10 competitors have come forward already. Eight more to go in this section. We have riders for Sweden, Denmark, and then we start again with the second round of riders. So we will see the second rider for Great Britain, Austria, Italy, Hungary, Spain, France.
And the exchange is going on at the Crescent Cry Zone from the red Swiss team fans to the Swedish ones. Swedish team next on our list. And here's the Swedish warblood, Karla.
So next in is the rider from Sweden.
And Richfield.
It is Emma Karberg and Karla. 13-year-old, another chestnut mare, Swedish warm blood. 19 years old is Emma. It is her 3rd European Championship. She did ponies in 2019 and juniors in 2020. So her first time at Young Riders here. Rode this same horse in both of her European appearances. She's 13 years old. Their rank is 124. Last time out they scored 65.833 for 18th place in this team test. So first rider in for Sweden, it is Emma Karberg and Karla. Personal best of 68.137 in this test. Nice energy in the medium trot. Just needs to be careful of the rhythm there in the shoulder in. Lovely positioning through the shoulder in and the half pass. Ooh. Just dropped her coming back into the collected trot there at F. Some nice steps in the extended trot. Nice there in the half pass right. Good activity here in the walk. Really good rhythm here in the walk, maintaining that activity. And well ridden into the walk pirouette. Could take the stretch down a little bit more. You want to see the stretch coming down and out, and you can just see the horse curling behind the bit at times in that extended walk. I think she could have given a little bit more rein and asked for a little bit more there. The steps themselves are pretty nice though. Yes, 4 7s and a 6.5 for the extended walk. There's definitely higher marks in there for that. Good in those canter half passes, nice and equal from left to right. Pretty nice balance in the canter pirouette. Good preparation. Again, this horse is really nice and equal from left to right. Sometimes you can see a clear difference in the pirouettes and the half passes. Good in the 4-time changes. I'd like to see a little bit more ground cover in the changes for the higher marks. Getting 7s, 1 7.5. Lovely and correct, really nice and straight on those diagonal lines. Nicely off the rider's aids. Good clear difference for the extended canter. There we have it for Emma Karberg and Carla for Sweden.
Carla.
A really lovely test from them. Surely that's going to be a personal best.
The first Swedish girl in this competition.
A really lovely partnership. Nice and harmonious throughout. And here we have a score, 71.029 at E, 69.412 at H, 70.588 at C, 69.412 at M, and 70 from B, a total score of 70.088%. That's enough to put Sweden into third place with Emma Karberg and Carla.
Place so far
personal
for Emma
best
Karberg
score as
and
well.
Carla from Sweden. So Swedish team now on the third place, but the next one
next is Denmark, and it is Christian Bergsgreen.
Denmark.
And he's riding
Wolfbergen's
Trivago. An 11-year-old.
Blue horse Don Schufro.
Christian's 21 years old.
By Christian Bergsgreen.
It's their fourth European Championships. Did ponies in 2016 and 2017. And then rode as a junior in 2020 on this horse. Has won a team silver medal. Last time out, they competed in Hagen. Scored 70.490 in this test for 5th place. 71.666 for 3rd in the individual. And 76.708 for 3rd in the freestyle. So into the arena now, it is Christian Bergsgreen and Wolfberg's Trivago for Denmark. Best score of 71.559. Horse has lovely energy in the arena. Again, really nice in the contact, keeping that pole up at the highest point. Has lovely lift in the trot. Very naturally uphill. And really using himself in that half pass. Good steps in the extended trot. Not really using his corners at all, actually. They're more like half circles. Again, great reach in those half passes. Good activity in the walk. Yeah, the walk pirouette could have just had a little bit more activity behind. can see it's just dropped off of the aids a little bit here in the walk. It was nice in the walk going into that first pirouette and then just dropped behind his leg slightly. A real variation in marks for the walk pirouettes, anywhere from a 5.5 to a 7.5. Just needs to be more active. Good ground cover there in the extended walk. I always think when you're going to walk, you want them to walk like they would be going out for a hack. Really relaxed, really forward. Nice there in the half pass, especially the half pass there to the right. Could have just prepared for that a little bit more. I'd have liked to have seen a bit more of a half halt going into the canter pirouette. That's better. Just starts off a little bit large. Yeah, 6s and 6.5 and 1.7 for the canter pirouettes. Again, good changes. Just like to see him using his corners a little bit more. He didn't even touch the track at K there. I think if he could just go into his corners a little bit more, it would just allow him to set up for the next movement a bit better. Again, didn't really touch the track before he came onto the diagonal line. Slightly modest in the extended canter. A pretty nice halt there to finish with, and actually it kind of felt like the handbrake was pulled on into that halt. Again, I'd just like to see a bit more preparation into the movements. It's such a lovely, talented horse.
Thank you.
It just feels like things are put together at the last second, and you could see he just kind of fell into that last halt rather than really sat into it. But a really, really super horse. Lovely harmony between the two of them. Really nice and supple through the lateral work. So we just wait for a score to come through. It's definitely going to be a good one. Personal best, don't forget, of 71.559. And so here we have a score, 73.382 at E, 65.735 at H, 71.765 from C, 71.471 at M, and 72.5 at B, a total score of 72.118. Interlead there with a personal best.
So
very differing scores. 65.735 from H up to 73.382 from E.
Participant in the first rotation. We continue now with the second rotation.
As the arena announcer just said, that was the last rider in the first rotation. So next up, we are back to Great Britain with their second combination. we see coming into the arena now. It is India Durman Mills. She's 19 years old. Her second European Championships. Last year she competed as a junior. Helped win the team a bronze medal. She's riding Escade, a 14-year-old KWPN gelding, owned by Verity Soul. Last time out was at Wellington in the UK. They were fourth in the team test with 70.147.
Second competitor for the British
28th.
team. The Dutch gelding Escade with India Durman Mills, Great Britain.
So our second rider for Great Britain enters the arena now. It is India Durman Mills and Escade. Confident start, some lovely steps in the medium trot, good clear difference shown. Nice here going into the trot half pass, great reach, really nice suppleness over the back. Now into the extended trot, tracking up beautifully, really good ground cover there. Just at times you can see the pole dropping slightly below the highest point. Again, great positioning in the half passes. Good activity. Just losing a little bit of the connection around the corner there. The horse just curling behind the bridle as she headed into the walk pirouette. Just needs to maintain that activity going forward so the horse can really walk into the contact. Better there in the walk pirouette to the right. So interesting to see how judges mark the walk pirouettes. Anything from a 4 to a 7 for the half pirouette to the left. Much more consistent in the walk pirouette to the right, 7s and a 6.5. Lovely there in the canter half pass to the left. Just went a little bit quarters leading at the beginning of the half pass to the right, but well corrected by India. Really lovely in that canter pirouette to the left, an 8, a couple of 7.5s as well. One of the best we've seen so far today for sure. Not quite as good in the canter pirouette to the right. Really nice in the changes. Lovely in the frame. So far, a really nice harmonious test. Personal best of 70.147. So very, very close to that so far. A mistake, unfortunately, halfway through that line of 3s, 5 from all of the judges. That's a real pity. That's brought her down 68. And there we have it, a nice square halt to finish for India, Derma, Mills and Escade for Great Britain.
Thank you, India, Derma, Mills and Escade, second participant of the British team.
So our first rider in was, of course, Lily Loughton. She scored 69.412, and India is on 71.176 at E, 67.794 from H, 68.235 from C, 69.265 from M, and 68.676 from B, finishing in 6th place there, 69.029%. Such a shame about that line of 3-time 10Ps. I think she would have been on track for a 70% if it hadn't have been for that little mistake in there. But still, nice and consistent from the 2 British riders currently sitting in 5th and 6th place. They are the only country to have had 2 riders come forward so far. India started the second round of rider. So now we have in the arena the second Austrian rider. It is Felix Artner, and he is riding Alheim's Divine Utensil.
Second competitor of the Austrian team,
his 4th European Championships, rode as a junior in 2019 and 2020, and as a young rider in 2021 on this horse. This horse is 14 years old, got the ride in 2021, ranked 41st. Last time out, they scored 69.294 for second place in this team test. In the individual, they scored 69.088 for second in the individual. So in now for Austria, it is Felix Artner and Orheim's Divine Utensil. A Hanoverian by Desperados. Very striking horse. Lots of presence in the arena. I'd like to see the horse pushing a little bit more from behind. Just at times it looks like he's a little bit behind the rider's aids, and the balance just goes a little bit onto the forehand like there. Good clear transitions into the extended canter and back to the collected trot. Yeah, it just looks to me like the rider's really holding him together rather than the horse being in natural self-carriage. Again, just needing to be careful of the rhythm here. You want to see that V where the hind leg and the foreleg meet. Again, just lacking a little bit of activity. Yeah, just looking a little bit tentative there in the rhythm in the collected walk. Good stretching here in the extended walk. See Felix really offering the hand forward. Just losing a little bit of straightness going into canter transition. Yeah, here you can see in the canter, it's nice there. And at times the pole is kept at the highest point, but it feels like the rider's really having to carry the horse. And then he burrows back down again, comes a little bit behind the vertical and drops the pole. Yeah, nice in the flying changes, plenty of air time there. As he comes into the threes. Nice and, oh, it's just about to say nice and straight, and then he lost the straightness a little bit on the diagonal. Good clear difference shown there in the extended canter. And there we have it for Felix Artner and Orheim's Divine Ettenseal. They're representing Austria.
Divine Ettenseal, second competitor for the Austrian team.
Second rider for the Austrian team.
Felix.
Earlier we saw Anna Katrina Jan. They scored 68.5 for a personal best. So here's a score: 70.1 for 7 at E, 67.5 at H, 68.824 from C, 71.176 from N, and 68.971 from B, a total score of 69.324%. Into sixth place, just goes in between those two British riders.
Felix and Orheim's Divine Ettenseal.
Next up, we have another rider for Italy. So into the arena now, it is Maria Vittoria Durante, and she is riding Bionica di Fontabetti.
And we see Bionica di Fontabetti.
She's 21 years old. Her second European Championships, competed in 2021 as a young rider. They finished 46th. She was riding this horse. Now ranked 47th. This is an 11-year-old Hanoverian mare by Winton, out of a Gribaldi mare. Last time out, they scored 69.069, second place in the team test. So just 3 riders on the Italian team, so every score will count. Coming into the arena now for Italy, Maria Vittoria Durante and Bionica di Fontabetti. Oh, that's a shame, just leaving that right hind leg out. She looked like she was going to correct it and then just put it back down again. Things like that really can be quite expensive. You can lose valuable marks just by not doing transitions at the right place and not being accurate. Nice there in the shoulder in. You can just see a little correction there. It's just taking a little bit more inside bend, get that bend through the body as she prepares for the half pass, and it definitely paid off. Nice steps in the extended trot. Again there, just making that correction as she heads into the half pass. Good rhythm here in the walk. Really nice activity as she goes into those walk pirouettes. And yeah, well maintained through the walk pirouette. Nice stretch here in the extended walk. Yeah, really covering the ground nicely. Could have a little bit more ground cover for the bigger marks, but lovely and active. The horse is really walking through the body in the walk there. As preparation for the canter pirouettes, keeping that activity. Nice balance there. Yeah, really nicely ridden. Just lost the suppleness around that corner. Very correct in the two-time changes. Sorry, two-time changes, four-time changes. Lovely and straight on the diagonal line. So coming down the final centre line for Italy, it is Maria Vittoria Duranti. A really lovely, consistent test as she comes into her final halt. Again, she just corrected as she went to move off. But a really super test there.
From Italy.
Nice and consistent throughout. Some great lines of flying changes. Scoring really well in those last few movements. A couple of 8s, mostly 7s. So looking around 69. Is she going to make it into the 70s? I think she's going to fall just below. Yes, she has 71.176 at E, 69.853 at H, 68.235 at C, 68.529 at M, and 69.853 from B. A total score there of 69.5 at 29%. Into 5th place there for Maria from Italy. So still the score to beat is 72.118%. That is of Christian from Denmark. Rowena from the Netherlands is in second, 71.676. And Anna from Germany is third on 70.471. So next up we have the second rider
And
from
the ring
Hungary.
is the second competitor of the Hungarian team. The 8-year-old Hungarian sport horse
Esther
Szekon,
Stelmeier and
son of Ravallo and Concerto,
riding
and presented
Saison.
by Esther Stelmeier, Hungary.
Esther's 21 years old, first European Championships. Competed here last, scoring 70.294 in the team test for first place. They're ranked 29th. This is an 8-year-old stallion. So into the arena. It is for Hungary, Esther Stelmeier and Saison. Best score of 70.294. That was their last time out at this same venue. Great ground cover there in the medium. Yeah, losing the suppleness in the 8-meter circle, and then that's just carried through to the half pass, affected the balance as well. Just a little bit hurried. And then the balance there in the extended trot, just going onto the forehand rather than maintaining the carrying of the weight in the hind leg. Slightly better in the bend there to the right. I just needed to finish that circle off a little bit better. Yeah, a bit tight here in the shoulder in the walk. You can see the leg keeping quite straight in front in the walk. And that's coming from higher up in the shoulder. Tracking up nicely in the extended walk. Again, you'd want to see a bit more freedom of the shoulder, a little bit more ground cover, actually getting better slightly there towards the end. Nice transition up into the canter. Yeah, good in the half pass. Is slightly more fluent in the half pass to the left. Bit better bend through the body on the left rein. Oh, miscommunication there. Yeah. Horse climbing a bit in the extended canter, and again it's just looking a little bit croup high at times. She really needs to work hard on getting that balance on the hind leg. Yeah, slightly better in the half pirouette to the right. You can just see the horse just holding and bracing against her a little bit in that. Just losing the throughness. Just a bit of a kick up at her leg in those 4-time changes. Again, a bit of a discrepancy in the results from the judges for that line. Anything from a 5.5 up to 7. Much better in these 3s. So hard when a line like that is a good line of changes and it's just one step, but of course that comes into the submission mark and the general impression at the end. So of course we just have a general impression mark now. We don't have the impulsion and the rider score. It's just an overall score that the judges give. So there we have it. Our second rider for Hungary, Esther Severmeyer and Siakon. Some really nice work there. Not quite going to reach their PB. That is 70.294. Some really nice work though, especially in the trot. And here we have a score, 68.824 at E, 66.029 at H, 65.735 at C, 67.5 at M, and 68.382 at M. At B, sorry, 67.294%
for our
into
second
14th
participant
place.
of the Hungarian team.
So just 2 more partnerships to come forward now before we head into another short break, and then we will see the final 9 riders in the second rotation, sorry. And then we start again tomorrow at 8 o'clock Central European time with our 3rd rotation. So just a reminder, the score to beat, 72.118%. So 1 more rider to come forward for Spain and France before we head into the break.
Next to come up is the second participant of the Spanish team. 11-year-old Spanish stallion, Resulto
in for Spain, it is Javier Guillén Callas, and he is riding Resulto AS, a Spanish stallion. Javier is 19 years old. His 3rd European Championships, competed in 2021 and 2022 as a junior with this same horse. Last time out they scored 66.765% for 4th place, ranked 205. It's an 11-year-old stallion. So coming into the arena now, FEI Dressage. And the lovely Resulto AS for Spain. A really nice entry. Always makes such a good impression if you can get a good first center line, nice and straight, nice and square, and accurately halting on X. Lovely, well put together little stallion. Not the biggest mover, but really nice and correct in its way of going. Nice and soft through the lateral work and into that 8-meter circle. Nice reach in the half pass. Well ridden in the extended trot. Really nice self-carriage through all of these movements, keeping the pole up, the nose nicely on the vertical. Lost a little bit of the suppleness in that 8-meter circle. Well recovered into the half pass as it comes now into the walk. Maintaining that lovely contact. Good activity here in the walk. Can he maintain that through these walk pirouettes? Yeah, pretty nice in that first one. Couple of 7.5s. Yeah, and an 8 for that one. Great relaxation in the extended walk, keeping that lovely rhythm, tracking up. Again, I'd like to see a bit more ground cover for the higher marks in that extended walk, but really lovely in the frame, really taking that stretch. Nicely ridden. You could see him do the half pass, then go straight for a few strides on the centre line, regain the balance, ask for the change, and then go back into the half pass. Really, really well ridden. Yeah, struggling a little bit with the canter pirouette. You can see him preparing well for it. Just lost the activity and became quite earthbound. Lovely change. So just needs to have that activity, contain it, and then bring him round into the canter pirouette again. Yeah, just lost the rhythm in the canter pirouette. Lovely flying change. Really nice ground cover in those. Again, well ridden in the threes. Not the biggest moving horse, but really lovely and correct in its way of going. Lovely self-carriage throughout. Keeping that pole up. And there we have it for Javier Guillén Callas and Resultio AS for Spain. Their second rider into the arena.
AS from Spain, second participant for the Spanish team.
So just a shame about those canter pirouettes, just pulling their mark down.
And the scores are in
67.941 at A, E, 65.588 at H, 68.971 at C, 67.794 at M, and 68.235 at B. A total score of 67.706 into 12th place there for Javier. Giovanni from Spain, he scored 64.265% and is currently sitting in 16th place at the moment. So just one more rider to go before the break. And it is Johan Bourguin, and they're riding Florida 147.
Competitor for the French team. The Rhinlandian Mare Florida by Franciscus and Münchhausen.
Johan's second European Championships.
France.
Competed in 2021 as a young rider. This horse is 9 years old. A new horse for Johan this year. They competed in Compiègne, where he scored 67.412% for 6th place in the team test. Ranked 72nd. And Johan's 21 years old. So the second rider in for France, it is Johan Bourguin riding Florida 147. Just leaving that right hind leg out in that first halt. Nice and active in this trot work. It's quite a big horse, and those 8-meter circles are so small, just losing a little bit of the balance in them, and therefore he just lost a bit of that throughness in the trot half pass there. Tracking up nicely in the extended trot. I think the judges would just like to see a little bit more self-carriage. You can see there the horse really going onto the forehand. Combination best of 67.451%, currently sitting on 66.7. Fairly nice in the walk pirouettes, maintaining a good rhythm throughout, showing a good clear difference there between the collected walk and the extended walk. Really nice here in the extended walk. Good over track, really nice stretching. Yeah, just losing the balance there through that line of half passes, and unfortunately just losing the connection as he comes back and asks for that canter flying change in the corner. Manages to regain the balance as he goes into that canter pirouette. And then again, a little bit croup high in that flying change. All getting a bit muddled in the canter. Nice in the line of fours. Well ridden. You can see the score really dropped now, 65. Yeah, good in both lines of tempies there. Sevens across the board, apart from 16.5 for the fours. Yeah, a bit modest in the extended canter. And just going a little bit against the hand before he asks for the flying change as he comes back at air. And there we have it. Joanne Bourguin and Florida 147 for France. A real shame about France, a few of those canter bits. So it was the canter change of leg at C, just lost the canter before the flying change. So fours from the judges for that. And then again, just lost the balance a little bit in the canter pirouettes. That was what really pulled his score down. But 67.353 at E, 65.588 from H, 63.824 at C, 65.441 at M, and 65.735 at B. A total score of 65.588% there for Johan for France. He's the second French rider in.
And the scores.
And Louise Bertang earlier scored 64.059% and is sitting in 18th, and then you can see Johan in
824 at C,
16th place.
65.441 at
So
M, and
we head into another short break now, just for 8 minutes. The next rider is in at 9:53.
From France, and now we go into
just a
the
few
second
moments.
break.
We will show you a result so far. The score to beat still is 72.118, and that is of Christian from Denmark.
Until then,
Rowena from the Netherlands is in second, 71.676, and Anna from Germany in third, 70.471%. So they are the scores to beat. But we still have another 9 riders to come forward in this young rider team test. Part 1, part 2 we will bring you tomorrow morning.
Taken by the Italian Maria
So make sure you join us back at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
How we go into this break. Next starting time
But
will be
the next horse in is at 10:53, so make sure you join us back for that. Welcome back
So now we
after
go
the break. We come into our part
to
3
the final
of
group
this young rider team test for
today, and
this part 1
young
today.
riders, team test.
We have
Here we have
a
an
individual rider.
from Slovakia.
She is from Slovakia.
Jack Wamblat, Marengo by Malilo,
This is
Rush
Michaela-
and Robinson, and Michaela
Balazova, and she is
Slovakia.
riding a Marengo, a 16-year-old. Michaela's 21 years old. It's her first European Championships, ranked 62. She competed here, Pilisjászfalu, last, and she scored 65.392, 9th place in the team test. So an individual rider now for Slovakia. It is Michaela Balazova and Marengo. Her best score 66.569. Nicely into the shoulder in. Yeah, just at times the horse just tips onto the forehand. You can see her having a few connection issues. Some good ground cover in the extended trot. Really nice to see her letting that frame out as well as the stride. Again, good positioning in the shoulder in. Nice bend there. Yeah, good balance here. Seems to have a little bit more suppleness to the right than she did to the left. Just losing the activity there in the walk pirouette. And again there, going into the second one, she needed to reactivate in between the walk pirouettes. Nice and relaxed here in the extended walk, taking that contact nicely out and down in the extended walk. Good ground cover there. A little bit laboured up into the canter. Good flying changes. As she comes in for the canter pirouette now. Again, the horse just dropping the pole slightly, which means the balance has just gone a little bit forward. Yeah, better preparation here. Again, just losing a little bit of the connection, a little bit of the activity, but definitely better there in the canter pirouette to the right. Now into the fours. A little bit of swinging, could have been a bit straighter there. Well, that's interesting. We've got 4 7s and a 3. Three came from the judge. Oh no, that's been corrected. Now a 7. Nicely into the extended canter, showing a good clear difference there. Just lost the balance there coming into the final halt, but a job well done from Michaela Balazova and Marengo. They're representing Slovakia.
From Slovakia.
Last time out scoring 65.392% here in Pilisjászfalu. Lovely little horse. What a great partnership they have together. Just at times they lost the balance and the connection. But 63.971 at E, 64.853 at H, 65.882 at C, 63.235 at M, and 62.794 at B. A total score there of 64.147 and into 18th place for Michaela.
For Michaela Balazova, Marengo, individual rider for Slovakia.
Next in the second rider from the Czech Republic, it is Nikola Ferrarova and Galiesvana Dibekova.
Czech Republic.
This is her third European Championship. She's 20 years old. She competed in the ponies at 2017 and 2019. And also the children competition in 2017 as well. Ranked 49th. This horse is 11 years old. Last time out they scored 67.353% for third place in the team test. Czech Republic have a team of 4 here. This is the second partnership to come forward for the Czech Republic, and it is Nikola Ferrarova and Galias van de Berkehov. Just leaving that left hind way out behind there. Nice difference shown in the medium trot. Could be a bit more supple in this trot work, in that shoulder in, going into the 8-meter circle, and again here in the half pass. No real bend through the body at all, just neck bend there. Yeah, slightly better in the shoulder and right. And better in that first half of the circle. Yeah, better in this half pass. Just again losing it towards the end. You want to see that half pass maintained all the way to the end. Just losing a bit of activity there in the walk pirouette. You really want to see them picking those hind legs out. Yeah, the walk pirouette to the left certainly better than the one to the right. You want to see the horse really stepping up and around the hind leg, whereas that was just more like a small circle. Good through the canter half passes again. I'd like to see more bend, more suppleness over the back. Oh, good. That ended up being a lot better than I thought, actually, because she really brought him back, and then she lost the balance a little bit, but actually she regained it really well. Coming into the second one now. Yeah, better. Quite a bit of swinging there, that you can see the rider really having to swing herself to get those changes. I'd like to see them a lot stiller, a lot straighter. Actually, given how much the rider's swinging, the horse is actually maintaining a fairly straight line there. Oh, that's a shame. Showed a really good extended canter and then just got really muddled and changed early. She did manage to get that back and redo a change, but it's affected both her extended canter mark and the flying change at the end as well. You can see twos. Very, very expensive.
Thank you.
That's a shame as well. Right at the last
participant
movement.
of the Czech team.
So we just wait for the scores to come through. A real shame about that mistake right at the end of the test. No personal best today for Nicola. But it is a score for the Czech Republic, 63.676 at E, 63.382 at H, C is 62.941 at M, 64.265, and at B, 65.441, a total score of 63.941%, and into 20th place there for Nicola Ferrahova and Goliath van de Valkenhof.
The Czech team now completed their second rotation and it's getting orange again.
So next into the arena it is of course the Netherlands. You can tell with that orange tailcoat. Gilles van Biedaf and Key West Texel
in the list. The first Dutch competitor and the second one is here now. Key West Texel, the 8-year-old Dutch.
So this is an 8-year-old
Toto Junior and Ferro.
KWPM by Glocks Toto Junior.
Van Bedarf, the Netherlands.
Giel is 20 years old. It's his second European Championships. Went to the Children's Europeans in 2017. Helped win a team bronze there. Ranked 101 in this young rider section. Scored 67.794% for 10th place last time out. In Gieseren. That, in fact, actually, sorry, was in the individual test. So into the arena now. For the Netherlands, it is Gilles van Biedaf and Key West Texel. At the moment, we have Rowena Vigela and Dong Quiho. They are in second place for the Netherlands, 71.676. So already a really good score for the Dutch team. So let's see what Giel can do now. Lovely horse, plenty of expression in his trot work. Again, another very big horse. So this 8-meter circle really does test their balance, and that was beautifully executed. Could just have a little bit more from behind there in the extended trot. Good clear difference shown though, really nice transitions. And good there in the shoulder in. Just needs to keep that uphill balance. Lovely and active in this collective walk. And can he keep it through these walk pirouettes? Just got a bit stuck on that first step. Lost the activity as he asked for the walk pirouette. Better. Slightly iffy in the rhythm in that second walk pirouette. Again, a real big discrepancy with the judges. 3 6.5s, a 6 and a 4. Good in the extended walk. Lovely relaxed horse. Good there in those canter half passes, really nicely balanced. Big expressive change. Well ridden in the canter pirouette, a couple of 7.5s there. Scores slowly creeping up. We're in personal best territory. With such strong changes, do we think he can creep into the 70%? Nice in the 4 times. Just in the middle, he just dropped the pole a bit, but actually, she did a really good job of just rebalancing, getting on the hind leg and getting that pole up again. A bit of swinging there in the change to the right. Super in the extended canter. Rebalance, bringing back, that's it. Oh, so close to 70. Couple of 8s coming through now. Really crept up the scores in those last few movements. Lots of 7.5s, a few 8s.
Thank you. Second rotation of
so we just wait for those general impression marks to come through, and I think he may have gone into 70s.
First place in the ranking list for Kiel
and
van
a huge
Verdaaf
personal
Key
best there
West
for
Texel,
Giel
that
van
goes
Verdaaf
in
and Key West
the
Texel,
scores for the Dutch team
70.059%
as well.
into 5th place there. A fantastic score, as I said, really climbed up there towards the end of the test.
Next individual rider is in the ring, Latvian stallion Radamantus by Rodiamant.
So in the arena now, it is the representative of Latvia.
Latvia.
It is Santina Elisabetta Apiste, and she is riding Radamantis. Sanita is a 19-year-old. It's her first European Championships, ranked 136. Last time out, scored 64.264% for fourth place in the team competition. "15-year-old Grey Stallion" by Rhode Diamond, out of a Samba Hit mare. So still to come, we have second rider for Germany, Belgium, Switzerland, Sweden and Denmark. So in now for Latvia, it is Sanita Elisabetta Apiste and Radamantas. Fairly nice entry, a good start. Personal best of 67.157% in this test. So nice to see some horses competing in a snaffle as well in this competition. Losing a bit of the activity as she came into the 8-metre circle there. And she just loses a bit of the fluency as she turns the corners. Good in the extended trot. Can maybe just have a little bit more from behind, being picky. Again, I'd like to see more submission to the bend in these movements here in the trot. Better there in the half pass to the right. Again, just fiddling a little bit with the connection there. You could see it a bit in the trot, but even more so there in the walk. And just stepped wide in the walk pirouette. Just she didn't have the connection into the rein going into the walk pirouette, so it was going to be quite difficult for her to get an active and accurate walk pirouette. And again, for that second one, scores ranging from 6.5 and a 4. Could maybe just take the stretch down a little bit more in the extended walk. Or just losing the straightness there as she goes into canter. And again, the same there in the canter half pass as the trot half pass. Just want to see more bend through the body into that secure connection. Good canter pirouette. And again, the horse just coming against her in the change and then just not coming through in the change itself either. Again, more problems there in the second canter pirouette. She did well actually to get the canter pirouette that she did, because it was all rather disorganized going into it because of the blip from the flying change. And again, more mistakes there in the line of fours, really pulling her score down now. Such a shame. Better in the threes. Just lost the rhythm there in the canter as she brought him back. And there we have it for Sunita Elizabeth Apist and Radamantus.
Thank you.
They're representing Latvia, the sole representative of Latvia in this young rider competition. A real shame about those mistakes towards the end. It was just one after another, and it's so difficult when you have one that then kind of bleeds into the next movement, because it really pulls the mark down. 64.265 at E, 63.382 at H, 63.971 at C, 64.118 at M, 61.324 at B. A total score then of 63.412 and into 22nd place.
61.324 at B, 63.412 total score. For Radamantus and Cynthia Elizabeth Apsit from Latvia. And the ring is seventh participant after German team Flamboyant OLD Oldenburgian, getting by Fido Tanz 2 and De Niro, ridden by Valentina Pistner, Germany.
So into the arena now, it is Valentina Pista, and she is riding Flamboyant OLD for Germany. This is her fourth European Championships. She's ridden this same horse at all four. Won 2 team gold medals, 1 team silver, 3 individual silvers, 1 individual gold and 2 individual bronzes. So a very, very successful partnership. All 3 times she's been before have been as a junior. So in 2018, 2019 and 2020. Flamboyant is a 15-year-old. Last time out, they competed in Hagen, where they won the team test with 73.775. So into the arena now for Germany. It is Valentina Pista and Flamboyant OLD. Huge ground cover in the medium trot there. Oh, Oh, first 9 of the day from the judge at C. Movements flowing effortlessly from one to the next. Such an elegant horse. A little bit rushed around that corner. And another 9 and 3/8. This horse has so much elasticity in the trot. It's got real lift. And as I said, the ease of movements from one to the next. Good here, and then the rhythm in the walk. Keeping that activity through the walk pirouette. Very neat. And straight away into a good stretch. Super ground cover in the extended walk. Really taking that nose down and out in the extended. 2 7s, 2 7.5s and an 8. So a personal best score of 73.775. That would well and truly put them into the lead. Again, nice and equal through those half passes. Big expressive changes as well. Just lost a bit of the balance in the canter pirouette. One of the first 6s I think we've seen. I think the problem is she's not bringing him back enough as she goes into the canter pirouette. Such a big moving horse. And that really comes across here in these flying changes. Beautiful in the 4 times. Nice and straight across the diagonal. That's interesting. One of the judges thinks they saw a mistake in the 4 times and gave a 4. I think they must have seen something different because all of the rest scoring 7.5, a 7 and an 8. So just dropped below their personal best score of 73.775. Still the general impression marks to come through, so she could creep back up. But it is certainly enough to put them in the lead if she stays up in the 73s. A super test there from Valentina Fisner and Flamboyant OLD for Germany. A really, really super test. Nice and fluent, well balanced. Just a couple of times we could see the horse hurry round the corner and then she lost a little bit of the balance, and You could see going into the canter pirouettes as well. That needed a little bit of work, but E 71.765, H 72.353, at C 74.853, at M 73.529, and at B 75.294. So total score there of 73.559%, and into the lead then for Valentina Visner and Flamboyant OLD.
And that brings a lot for the German team, of course.
So Germany in first and fourth place now.
The leading team after the first round is still on our starting list, just quite at the end of this round.
One more rider for Belgium, one for Switzerland, one for Sweden, and one for Denmark. So at the moment, Germany in the lead in the team. Denmark have still got another rider to go, but at the moment we have the Netherlands in second. And into the arena now, it is the second rider for Belgium. It is Zoe Neeson and Felicita.
Written by Zoe Neeson, Belgium.
Zoe's 21 years old. It's her third European Championship. Stiff Ponies in 2017-2018. Finished in the top 9 in 2018. Felicia is 13 years old, It's only their third competition together. Competed in Le Mans, scored 68.431 for third place in the team competition. They're ranked 220. The second rider now for Belgium is Zoe Neeson and Felicia. Best score there is 69.706. Really lovely in the first medium trot, nice and light, lots of elasticity. Good into the connection. Really nice through that line. Just at times looking a little bit long. Yeah, lovely there in the extended trot, extending the frame, keeping on the vertical. Balance there through the shoulder in, and well maintained into that 8-meter circle. Sevens across the board for the 8-meter circle, and 4 sevens and a 7.5 for the half pass right. Good activity in the collected walk. Yeah, pretty nice into the half pirouette. And again, they're good in the half pirouette to the right. Much better here in the extended walk. Just looking a little bit tight at times in the collected walk, but much more relaxed there, much more swing over the back. Pretty nice there in the half passes. Nice and equal, left to right. Good, accurate changes. This horse is very correct in its way of going. Nice, neat canter pirouette. Just lost the balance going into the canter pirouette there, but well recovered from Zoe. Just dropped below their PB, 69.706, remember. Good line of 4-time changes. That's going to bring them up again. 7s across the board. Are on a 7.5. So into the 3s now. Nicely ridden in 3s. Really, really lovely test from Zoe as they come down their final centre line. And into the final halt, fairly square, nearly there for Zoe Neeson and Felicita.
Felicia from Belgium.
Really, really well put together test. Nice and accurate, very correct in the horse's way of going. As we just confirm the scores, 69.559 at E, 67.5 at H, 67.647 at C, 67.647 at M, and 70.441 at B. A combination best score of 68.559%. And that puts them into 12th place.
67.647 and 70.441 at B total score. And the second score for Belgium, 68.559. 3 teams left for today for the second rotation. Here is the Oldenburgen Gerting Dream Dancer, 11-year-old son of Desperado and Quarterback on his mother's side. And for the Swiss team, Mylin Goban, Switzerland.
So, Mellingnoven and Dream Dancer THD in for Switzerland next. Mylin's 20 years old. This is her 4th European Championships. Competed as a child in 2015 and as a junior in 2018 and 2021. She competed Dream Dancer in 2021 in the junior competition. Dream Dancer is 11 years old. They competed last in Hagen, where they scored 65.686 for 14th place in this team test. Ranked 25th. So into the arena now. It is Mellingnoven and Dream Dancer for Switzerland. Great energy here in the medium trot. This horse looking very attentive, is really pricked and listening to his rider. Nice balance. Really nice balance through the 8-meter circle. Quite often you see the first half really nice and then it just falls onto the shoulder in the second half. Oh, just lost a balance there. You see the rhythm just breaking. Also, I'd like to see that frame extend a little bit more there in the extended trot. Just needs to be careful of that walk rhythm there. Again, a little bit tight in the shoulder. Like to see a little bit more freedom there, with the horse able to walk more over his back. Swiss team out in force there in the kiss and cry. Good ground cover here in the extended walk, and really nicely walking over the back through the body, and that really enables him to be able to keep that ground cover. Lovely transition up to the canter. Good in the half passes, again very symmetrical. Good balance coming into the canter pirouette. Yeah, fairly good. Just came up and back at her a little bit. And again there in the change, just held himself over the back. And that's why that mistake crept in. Oh, wow, very large difference. A 1 and a 6. Okay, the 1's gone up to a 2, but still. Better there. Good changes again, just at times just holding himself a little bit over the back. Lovely and straight there in those 3-time changes. So coming down their final centre line now, Milinovan and Dream Dancer THD. Oh, that was a shame. Just dropped her a little bit early. And then just leaving that right hind leg out.
Milinovan and Dream Dancer from Switzerland.
So that mistake has been corrected again by the judges. So a 4, a 3, a 3, a 2 and a 5.5 now. Still very, very expensive. A real shame. The only real mistake actually through the test. Could have had a little bit more throughness in the walk for a better quality walk, but apart from that, a really nice consistent test. And here's the score: 70 from E, 67.647 at H, 68.824 at C, 67.794 at M, and 68.824 at B. A total score then of 68.618, and into 12th there for Milinovan.
8 for the second competitor of the Swiss team. The first Swedish competitor.
So the second rider coming forward now for Sweden, it is Mary Sophie Heybondegard, and she rides Adora Nightingale,
And the second
a
participant,
13-year-old mare
Sweden,
by Ampere.
Sophie Heybondegard.
This is her third European Championships, just 19 years old. First one was in ponies in 2019, and then last year as a junior on this same horse. Ranked 121. Last time out they scored 67.696 to 10th place in this team test. So into the arena now for Sweden, it is Mary Sophie Heybondegard and Adora Nightingale. Good start already. Lovely ground cover in the medium trot. Again, a very big, expressive horse. Just went onto the forehand a little bit in the first half of that 8-metre circle, but really managed to rebalance well there. So hard for these big horses to navigate their way around those small 8-metre circles. Could have a little bit more coming from behind there in the extended trot. Lovely positioning in the shoulder in, good bend through the body. Better balance there in that 8-metre circle to the right. Good activity here in the collective walk. Oh, that was a shame. Just in that last step, just lost the rhythm. Better there in the half pirouette to the right. Yeah, I'd like to see a bit more ground cover there in the extended walk. Scoring 6.5s, a 7 and a 6. Well ridden there. She just lost the straightness going into that flying change. She just got it back and then did the change and then completed the half pass. Very well ridden. Lovely flying change at sea. Plenty of ground cover in those. A little bit hurried around the canter pirouette, but good balance, nice and neat. Right, coming into the tempies now. Good line. Just losing a little bit of the straightness again there, especially in those flying changes to the right. You can see he just drifts to the right a little bit in those. Doing such a good job of this test. It's definitely in personal best territory. Can she maintain it to the last halt? And that looks pretty square. for Mary Sophie Hayde-Bondergaard and Andorra Nightingale.
Andorra Nightingale.
69.5 roughly as she finishes the test. Can she break into the 70s, or is she going to sit on 69? Whatever it is, it's still going to be a personal best for her.
The Swedish team now.
So Sweden sitting in 5th place with Emma Kaberg and Carla with 70.088. This score, I'm not sure it's going to quite be Emma's, but it's going to be up there. 70.441 at E, 68.971 at H, 67.941 at C, M 71.176, and at B 69.853. A personal best score of 69.676.
List for Marie-Sophie Hayde-Bondergaard and Andorra Nightingale. 69.6.
So our last horse and rider to come forward now is for Denmark. It is the last one of this young rider competition today. We then have part 2 tomorrow morning to see where our teams end up. So it'll be the 3rd and 4th riders
from Denmark. Just a few riders before. And here comes...
So Germany in the lead.
In a few. The second
they have a 73.559 and a 70.471. Denmark at the moment, with Christian sitting in 2nd place with 72.116. This is a final country to have their 2nd rider come forward. So we'll see the 3rd and 4th rider rotation tomorrow, and they'll be the ones to decide the team medals.
German Sportos, Belantis by Benetton Dream and Express.
It is Alexander de Helgestrand and Belantis.
For the Danish team, Alexander de Helgestrand.
This is Alexander's 6th European Championships. He's riding this 14-year-old. Started his year out in Wellington in the USA, but then came back for Aachen, where they scored 70.618 in the individual test for 6th place and 2nd in the freestyle with 77.7. He's got a string of medals. Team gold in 2019 in the ponies. A silver medal in 2018 for the ponies, and a silver medal in 2020 for the junior, and then another silver in 2022 for young riders, a bronze in 2021 for juniors, and individual silver in 2018 and a gold in 2019. So a string of medals to his name. Into the arena now. It is Alexander E. Helgestrand and Belantis. Definitely a trademark for this horse, those incredibly expressive extended trots. Just a few breaks in the rhythm though, which has brought his score down of what he could potentially get for those. Personal best of 74.608. Horse built so uphill, enormous reach in those half passes. Alexander also competes this horse in small tour international classes. Better there in the extended trot much more secure in the rhythm. Just like to see more bend through the body in these corners as well. And again there's no real bend through the body. It's all very straight. And although it looks incredibly impressive, that's why he's not getting the secure 8s and 9s that he could get. Good here in the walk. Yeah, could have done with a little bit more activity, but very correct in the half pirouette there. 7s from the judges. And again, the same in the walk pirouette to the right. Good ground cover here in the extended walk, really nice in the stretch. Could, if we're being really picky, just have a bit more activity there in the walk. He's going to be up against his girlfriend in this competition, Annabella Pidgley, going for Great Britain tomorrow. Lovely here in the canter half passes. Yeah, it could have been a little bit more centered in the canter pirouette. Again, the balance just a little bit onto the forehand in those canter pirouettes. Good in the flying changes. Ooh. Oh, that's a shame. Mistakes there in that line of 4s. That's going to be expensive. Yeah, 4s and 5s. Bit of swinging in those changes. Actually, it got better as that diagonal went on. The first couple to the left, there was a bit of swinging. The best score we've seen so far, though, for those 3-time changes. 3 8s and 8.5 and a 7.5. And a huge extended canter. That must feel like a rocket. 4 8s and a 7.5. And a lovely halt to finish with there for Alexander de Helgestrand and Belantis.
Thank you, Doug.
Sitting around the 72.8 roughly. That would put him into second place behind Valentina Visner. That would be a Denmark 1-2.
This course coming in.
So that was our last competitor of this young rider competition. And here's the score, 71.765 at E, 71.765 from H, 74.118 at C, 74.412 at M, and 72.206 at B. A total score there of 72.853. That's enough to put him into second at the moment. So Germany in 1 and 5th place, and the Danish riders in 2nd and 3rd. So that surely is enough to put Denmark into the lead in the team standings. Hopefully we will see those on the screen.
Here's the ranking from the first day on the first place.
So here we can see it. Germany in rank 1. 73.559, Denmark 72.853, Netherlands in 3rd 71.676, Sweden in 4th with 70.088, Italy in 5th 69.529, Great Britain in 6th, Austria in 7th, Belgium in 8th. And of course, that is why Germany are still in the lead, because there'll be a drop score. So it will count Anna's as a drop score and Christian's as a drop score. So we'll know more tomorrow when we start seeing the 3rd rider come forward. But there we can see the standings individually in this team competition. Vantilina Fisner in the lead, Flamboyant OLD with a score of 73.559. Alexandra Helgestrand, who we saw a second ago, 72.853, and Christian Verskrin, 72.118 in 3rd. So that's it for the first half of this Young Rider European Championships. Join us back in a few moments. We're going to have about an hour's break, but join us back for part 1 of the Under-25 European Championships. The first horse and rider combination come in at 1:15. So make sure you are back with us then. But that's it from me, Natasha Baker, until this afternoon for the U25 European Championships. Hope you enjoyed the part 1 of the Young Riders, and we will see you tomorrow for part 2, or we'll see you this afternoon for part 1 of the Under-25 European Championships.
Nothing in this world I wouldn't do. Hey, brother, do you still believe in one another? Hey, sister, do you still believe in love? I wonder. Oh, if the sky comes falling down for you, there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do. Oh, what if I'm far from home? Oh, brother, I will hear you call. What if I lose it all? Oh, sister, I will help you out. Oh, if the sky comes falling down for you, there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do.